Hello, my name is Sarah and you're watching Eigo Love English. In today's English lesson, I will be explaining the different uses for the two English prepositions to and for. First, let's discuss the 5 ways that we use the preposition to. Number 1 is when we're talking about moving towards a destination. For example, I am going to Japan. To is used here to show that I'm going towards Japan. Japan is the place that I am headed to. I am going to Japan. Some other examples are, we are headed to the restaurant, or I am going to the movies. Number 2 is when we are talking about time. When asking someone, what time is it? You may hear someone say, it's 2:45. This means the time is 2:45. Because 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour, people use this expression to say, it is 45 minutes until the next hour. So, it's 7:45 means it's 7:45. 15 minutes until 8 o'clock. People also sometimes say, it's 20 to 3, which means it's 2:40. 20 minutes until 3 o'clock. In this situation, to can be translated into until. This expression is mostly used in British English, but some American English speakers use it as well. To is used in time expressions in another way as well. In the phrase, the store is open from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock. To is used with the same meaning as before. You translate it into until. The store is open from 9 o'clock until 6 o'clock. Some more examples are, I work Monday to Friday, and I have class from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Number 3 is when we are comparing things. I prefer brown rice to white rice. This means I would rather have brown rice instead of white rice. This to can be translated as instead of or in comparison with. Some more examples are, I prefer anime to manga. This means I would rather watch anime than read manga. Or, I prefer running to lifting weights. This means I would rather do running instead of lifting weights. Number 4 is when we're talking about the receiver of an action. For example, I gave a book to a friend. The action here is to give, giving, or in past tense, gave. So, I gave a book where? I gave a book to my friend, towards my friend. The way I think of translating this word is towards. Some more examples are, I sent a text message to my boyfriend. Here, the action is to send, sending, or in past tense, sent. I sent the text message to my boyfriend for him to receive it. You can also use this when talking about somebody else. She sent a letter to me. The action is towards me. I am the receiver of the letter. Or, she sent a letter to her mom. The action is from the girl towards her mom, and I can talk about that using to. Number 5 is when we want to express a reason for an action. For example, I came here to see you. I came for the reason of seeing this person. The action can be past tense, present tense, or the present continuous. A few more examples are, I am studying English to improve my skills. And I will go shopping to buy new clothes. Next, let's talk about the 5 ways that we use the preposition for. Number 1 is when we're talking about benefits. When you're doing an action to benefit your health, or to benefit other people, or even to benefit yourself, you use for. I bought a present for my friend. In this example, we are planning to give our friend a gift, and because it's a gift, we use for. This action is something kind and beneficial that we are doing for our friend. I cleaned the house for my mom. In order to help my mom, I cleaned the house so that she wouldn't have to, in order to benefit my mom. Another example is, I eat a balanced diet for my health. To better my health and benefit my body, I eat a balanced diet. Some other examples are, I bought this ice cream for myself, and he bought a sandwich for me. Number 2 is when we are talking about a period of time. I have been living in America for 5 years. Here, for is used as a time indicator. It explains the amount of time that we've been doing an action. Other examples are, I have been learning English for several months now, and I have been in class for 45 minutes. Number 3 is when we are talking about our schedule. I made an appointment for October 10th. The flight is scheduled for tomorrow. For is used here to indicate the date or time that we have an event going on. This is commonly used when making doctor's appointments. The receptionist will usually say something like, okay, I have you scheduled for Thursday the 9th. Will that work for you? Number 4 is when we are expressing the reason of an action. My coworker was fired for being late. The reason my coworker was fired is because he was late. Because he kept coming late to work, it resulted in him getting fired. Another example is, her boss rewarded her for her hard work. The result of her hard work was a reward. Number 5 is when we are talking about the purpose of something. I create videos for improving your English. The purpose of creating videos is improving your English. Because there is a purpose for my action, creating videos, that I want to explain, I can use for to connect them. Some other examples are, I bought these photos for my wall, and this book is for studying Japanese. Now that we've gone over the different ways to use the prepositions to and for, let's discuss some situations where you can use either to or for to talk about the same thing. First, look at these 2 sentences. I am studying English for my job, and I am studying English to talk with my American friends. In the first sentence, for is used when explaining the reason of studying English. The reason is my job, which is a noun. When the reason behind doing something is a noun, like my job, we use for. I am studying English for my job. Another example of this is, I am getting ready for the day. In the second sentence, to is used when explaining the reason for studying English. The reason here is talk with my American friends. Talk is a verb or an action. Because the reason for doing something is a verb, in this case studying English, we use to. I am studying English to talk with my American friends. Another example of this is, I am drinking coffee to wake myself up. The next few sentences I want to talk about are, my mom brought lunch to me, and my mom brought lunch for me. These sentences have different meanings. In the first sentence, to is used to talk about direction. My mom brought lunch from her location to my location. So for example, from our house where she was to school where I am. She brought lunch to me. The second sentence, my mom brought lunch for me, expresses the act of my mom bringing me lunch as an act of kindness. She didn't have to, but she did as a favor to me or as a thoughtful act. Another way to and for can be used is when apologizing. When you want to say sorry or apologize because you did something, an action, you use for. I'm so sorry for bumping into you. I'm sorry that I dropped your phone. Or, I apologize for hurting your feelings. In these examples, we are saying sorry because of our actions. When you want to say sorry or apologize towards a person, you use to. And this is almost always accompanied with for as well to mark the action. I apologize to you for hurting your feelings. I'm saying sorry to this person specifically because I hurt their feelings. I apologized to him earlier. I am letting you know who my apology was directed at. If you remember from earlier, we said that to is paired with verbs and for is paired with nouns. This pattern stays pretty consistent in different situations. For example, I travel to Japan, and I travel for work. To is used as a destination marker. We are going to Japan. While for is used to explain the reason that we travel, for work, which is a noun. I am waiting to see my friend, and I am waiting for my friend. To is used here when we are talking about the action, the verb of see or to see. The reason I am waiting is to see my friend. For is used to describe the noun that we are waiting for. My friend, the noun, is the reason we are waiting. When asking to have something, we always use for. Can I ask you for a cup of water? Or can I ask you for a favor? We use for here because a cup of water or a favor are both nouns. When talking about something that you own or when something belongs, we use to. That book belongs to me. That dog belongs to him. This is showing someone's ownership or loyalty of an item or person. Who does it belong to? It belongs to me. When talking about caring, we always use for. I care for my family. I care for him. I care for the dog. Again, here for is being used with a noun. My family, him, the dog are all nouns. And finally, when talking about preparing for something, we always use for. I need to prepare for class. She is preparing for the race. These are nouns we are preparing for. You can also use to when talking about preparing, but when do you think you can use to? That's right, when you are talking about a verb or action. I am preparing to make dinner. I am preparing to go for a run. The reason we are preparing is to do an action, to make dinner, or to go for a run. While this video explains how to and for are used, memorizing the certain situations or rules seems very challenging, and that's coming from a native English speaker. I think these two words are important to pay attention to when reading English or listening to people speak English. The more you notice when they are used in everyday conversation, the easier it will be for you to use them yourself. So don't feel discouraged. Practice really does help, and soon you will be using to and for with ease. Have any questions about this lesson? Post your questions or thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll make sure to respond to them. Thank you for watching this English lesson. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe for more English learning content. Hope to see you next time on Eigo Love English. Bye!